Okay, so hello everyone. Today is Thursday, August the 10th, and we are working in our new study of healing, of physical, emotional, mental, spiritual healing. So today we're starting to work with energy since because we are energetic beings, let's bring our energies into our four energetic bodies, including our physical body, our mental body, our spiritual body, and our etheric body. So, Forrest, would you like to give us a meditation, please?
Yeah, yes, my pleasure. So we're going to take a moment just to be still. Now, we just take a moment to close our eyes. Take a deep breath in, breathe in slowly, breathe in, and breathe out slowly. And when you breathe in love, breathe in happiness, breathe in peace. That God's with us at this moment in meditation. And as we understanding how meditation is good because it allows us to be connected to our source, which is God. So for the next 2 minutes, we'll just breathe slowly, feel love, feel joy, feel peace, like a flower, like a water, like an ocean that is running, like this air that gives us breath that we breathe. And as we meditate, understanding that we are just joy and love, kindness, as we feel love, as we touch happiness, as we feel greatness, as we feel wisdom, just to meditate, just to be still. For I am in you, God. I am yours, God. I am your faith. I am your joy, God. Flowing, happiness, kindness, joy, greatness, abundance, powerful, joy, wisdom, greatness. For I am in you, God. I feel the presence of wisdom. I am touching happiness. For I am in you, God. I am your source, God. I am your greatness, wisdom. For I am in you, God. I am in you today, in you always, God, for I am in you now. I am your joy, greatness. I am your source, God. I am your kindness, God. I am your source, wisdom. God. Feel, God. I'm your covering your body. I'm covering your body. I'm covering your body with happiness. Always, I am with you always. I am your source. I'm your strength. I am your power. I am your happiness. For I am in you always. Touch, feel me. I am your love, God. Always call me. Always, I have your source, strength. Touch me, God. For I am always, 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 always your source. Touch me always, always touch my happiness today. I am your source always. Happiness today. I am your source always. For the source, for the source. Source, I give you the answer. Call on me. I have the answer. I am your doctor. I am your God. I am always for you. I have you. I have you. I have you. I will never let you go. I will always be your source. I will always be your strength. Happiness today. As we hear the birds, as we walk, walk into God's light. In you now, I am your source, God. For in you, I always will be your source. I will never let you go, God. I will always be your faith. For I'm your faith. I'm your faith. I am your faith. I am your faith, God. I am your source, God. As we feel the presence of God now, as we feel the presence of God now, I see myself, God, for I am your doctor. I am your eyes. I am your mouth. I am your heart. I beat your new day. For this new
I believe we might have lost Forrest. But in the meantime, let's continue to bring in healing energy into our hearts, into our minds, into our bodies. Allow all of our flesh, the corpuscles, our veins, our arteries to be filled with divine energy. See this energy coursing through our veins, going into our brains, going through all areas of our bodies, recirculating through all of the functionings of our vital organs, circulating all through the visible and invisible areas in our bodies. We are allowing our bodies to absorb this divine energy, to be energized, revitalized, and made alive in this energy. As we inhale, inhale energy. And as we exhale, exhale all forms of negativities, fear, doubt, sickness. As we inhale again, inhale the vital energy of the universe, of our source. Know that this is our essence. And as we exhale, exhale the same energy, the same essence, so that it surrounds us, so that it surrounds us like a cocoon. We have energy inside and out. Our very breathing brings in this energy of the divine. And as we exhale that same energy that is healing, that is truth, that brings us vitality and strength. Allow this in each and every breath. And as we breathe throughout the remainder of our day, let this come back into our remembrance that we are breathing in energy and breathing out the same energies. And with that, we say, and so it is. Okay, cool beans. Thank you, everybody who showed up today. I'm so excited about today's session because we're really going to be talking about energy. We're really what we're doing in this segment now is healing our bodies, healing our minds, which are our egos, bringing us into proper alignment with creation, so that everything is in proper alignment. So all of these, so because we are energetic beings, I figured that's the best place to start is in the beginning with what we and truly are. A long time ago, I used to do a lot of study, and that's pretty much what I could say that it was. It was just basically study. I didn't apply much of it. But some of the things that I realized in my life that where most of our illnesses comes from our thought system. And from some of the things that I have garnered is that even when infants are born with other mental conditions or physical conditions, they are born from the thoughts and the activities of our ancestry. So that's why, you say, it runs through the family. This is, part of, this is, it's when you go to the doctor, they say, what is your, Forrest is back. As we go through one of the things that they do is they do a history of your illnesses, and your family histories are included in that. And when we realize that because we are energetic beings, the energy is transferred from parents to child. So it's not just the mother, it's, women can't have babies on their own. We need help with that. So the same, here, do you want my phone? So the same, the mingling of the parentage that's from the father and the mother is, goes to the child. So some things that's why it's so very important for us as humans to get back to that source, to that place of wholeness. Because once we are put into alignment, I personally believe, and I have done in some of the studies that I have read, is that when I'm cleansed, my bloodline is cleansed also. So not just the bloodline that I have to continue, what's that, procreation, but my children. So once I'm healed of something, spiritually, physically, and mentally, my child will also be healed at that same time. Okay. Because that part of that DNA has, that strand of DNA has now left my auric field. Okay. So, so those are some of the things that we said that we wanted to talk about today. Okay. One of the things that I had gotten a long time ago was this book called A More Excellent Way. And this book really is a Christian book, but the thing that I do like about it is that all of it talks about how all diseases are rooted in our minds. Normally we don't hear about that. You usually don't hear about that even from medical doctors. They don't, if you go in there, and because I had been diagnosed with a condition called sarcoidosis, which is an inflammation of the lymph nodes. Although this book doesn't talk about that in particular, it talks about an autoimmune disease. And so, and this is what it says about most autoimmune diseases. Whenever we minister to someone with an autoimmune disease, we find without exception degrees of lack of self-esteem and or guilt. A person has conflict with himself over identity, drivenness, performance, conflict, and guilt at some level causes an autoimmune disease. And he gives examples of chronic fatigue syndrome. Is an anxiety disorder coupled with an autoimmune override, which triggers hypoglycemia. The problem with chronic fatigue syndrome is that the hypoglycemia is also a disease by itself. So one of the things that when we're looking to heal, we also want, we do want to heal the dis-ease that we have been diagnosed with, but we do want to look to see what's behind it. And so I thought that was pretty interesting. Any questions or comments?
No, not right now. I'm just kind of listening and interpreting.
Oh, okay. You cool, Harriet, too? So one of the things, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, so so these are some of the things that I feel that are valuable in healing, because most of us, all of us of Americans, if we go to the doctor's going to tell you that you have this, you take that, come back when, and we'll see how you get better. But generally, the spirit is not involved. Most often, your mental your mind is not involved. Is the healing is very specific, and it doesn't even include how it might affect something else in your body. Like this was saying, if you have chronic fatigue syndrome, you also have hypoglycemia. So nobody is, so usually when you go to the doctor, and I think that this is a lot of times why you take a medication and the side effect will cause something else in the body, because for whatever reason, we don't, in America anyway, and I think that's mostly Western medicines, they don't try to heal synergetically. They don't try to heal the whole thing. They just try to heal this one specific area. And, that area might get healed, but something else has been inflamed and it's being ignored. And the whole time our minds are grasping onto depression, fear, doubt, some type of, lack of self-esteem. Because if you've been ill for any amount of time, it does affect your emotions. So even if you've had a cold, or just like recently we had this whole thing about COVID, I can't imagine the stress that's going on with people who have had COVID. Some of people who didn't even believe that there was a thing called COVID, and they still don't want to believe that they had COVID, because COVID meant something other than just a disease. It was politically separating. It was something that was denied. So they have so many different things that now your mind has to build safeguards around. So so it makes you believe that you did not have it. And eventually you do believe that you did not have it. You believe that you had something else, or that you didn't have it at all. And so and those things, our bodies hold memories. Our bodies, your body will hold on to a memory that you don't even know that you have. That's why a lot of times when you are losing weight, or you're doing some type of healing, and your body touches on something, and then you don't even know why you're sad that day. I'm exercising, I'm doing all of this. Why am I sad today? It's because your body has released a memory that it was, holding on to, that of maybe that created sadness, or maybe created fear, or maybe created anxiety or anger or something else, and it wasn't really tapped into. So this is how these, as much as we, think that these bodies are just, vessels and, temples or something else, these bodies are so very symbiotic. That's why your question yesterday, Andre, was such a good question, because how does emotions fit in? Because our bodies hold on to fear or love or trust or something else. I mean, why do you think you can be in love with that same person for 50 years? It's because your body has brought in a memory system, has created a memory system that is within it, that now it helps your body produce all those necessary things like endorphins and all of those words that we hopefully we will learn throughout the course of this, throughout the course of what we of our healing sessions here. So any comments on what we're just talking about? Anybody has noticed anything in their bodies that, you know, that you thought that, you know, might have been gone, 50 years ago, or, you know, something that, a memory that was triggered by something because you smelled, you know, a thing?
Well, first of all, to comment on what you just said, one of the things, when we go to Western doctors that practice traditional medicine, they treat the symptoms and they don't try to get to the root of whatever is causing whatever disease we might have. And as you said, they will prescribe something, usually drugs, which are dead.
Mhm.
And those drugs cause more problems than what, and I mean, if you look at television and listen to some of the ads for some of the medications that they're prescribing, and, you know, I think sometimes in listening, I think they make up diseases. To sell, you know, big pharma, that is, makes up these diseases to sell these drugs. And then of course they put the ads on television, and then we go to our doctors and, well, doctor, I saw this advertised, or whatever, you know,
Mhm.
phrasing you want to use when you prescribe it. But do they listen to all of the side effects? Because I mean, they advertise, but one thing I can say they're honest about, if you have certain problems or certain symptoms and stuff that are not good, they say, you know, you should immediately go to your doctor. What's he going to do but prescribe something else that'll make
Right.
it feel even worse? You know, I for a long time, I have believed that there is nothing on this planet Earth that is not here for our benefit. We just have to know how to use it
Mhm.
for our benefit. Because God doesn't put things here just to destroy us. He's not an evil God.
Mhm.
He's a kind and loving God. So that's all I have to say for now.
Thank you, but but those things, but what you did say was, I think was kind of spot on, because I thought the same thing myself. I said, okay, now here's this new drug, because Ozempic or something like that. You know, now you hear about this new drug that comes out, and they do tell you to go to your doctor and check to see if you have this thing so that you can take Ozempic. you know, and because this is going to go on YouTube or something. I'm not against Ozempic. I don't even know what it is. That just came to my mind. But when we are asked to diagnose ourselves based on an advertisement that we've seen on television to make big pharma rich, they will find a way that, yes, this thing is, as a matter of fact, you do need some of this right here, or just take some, try it and see if it works for you, and as we go about our lives, our daily lives, because we have trusted in this body and we believe that this body is who we are and what we are, we go to somebody else that says, yes, I can heal this body. We're going to want this body to be healed, because we don't understand that inside of this body is our true essence. And that's the thing that we should be getting to, that place of to be in alignment. And that's what we were talking about yesterday in A Course in Miracles, is innocence. We want to get back to this place where we are pure. Our thoughts are pure. Our mindsets are pure. All of the things in our bodies are pure. So that brings us back to that centeredness of innocence, where there is no defilement in our minds, in our hearts, in our thoughts, in our ethereal plane that's around us, our auric field that's around us, or within our bodies as well. So yeah, thank you, Harriet, for that. So because we are working with
Again, if y'all don't mind me, I kind of want to step in
oh yeah,
on,
sure.
on what we were just talking about, and that was cool. I would like to know the ratio of certain things, because we hear so much of what we were just talking about when it comes to statistics and things like that.
Mhm,
And not to break it down like that, but I'm gonna break it down like that.
mhm,
In the past, I'll say 50 years, and I'll give that tops, and I mean, I'm just giving that, I'm giving that a little bit of grace to say 50 years, that African American and brown people go to the hospital. I mean, it's only been, I mean,
mhm,
it's only been 40 years for me to remember, that if you did not have insurance, and the ER will be full of Black people, and we don't have insurance. We made jokes about these things. We made light about these things. So when we speak of big pharma and things like that, I do understand. And I'm not saying that there is not a minute group of certain people who are sick and who are taking certain, diabetic drugs, or feel that they are obese, so they get on a diabetic drug even though they ain't a diabetic. Ozempic.
mhm.
That's why I threw that one out. Ozempic. So we all know what it is. It's a
Oh,
diet.
so it's
They're using
diabetic, it's the diabetic medicines.
it's
Okay.
actually an insulin. It's actually a small dose of
Oh, okay.
insulin.
Okay. Okay.
But of course, dealing with insulin, most people who are insulin resistant, that they can gain weight, especially in the Black community. Diabetes is a real thing, and it's hereditary to a certain degree.
Mhm.
So it this is just it's a smaller thing for people who are on the verge, or go to the doctor and say, hey, you might be a little too heavy, you can use this, and so. But I don't see and I don't really hear of the minority community using these Western civilization drugs. We scared of the doctor. I mean, like you said, like you said, half of us still running around, and then don't nobody got a COVID shot.
Mhm.
I guarantee you there are more Black and brown people in America who are not vaccinated than there are white folks.
Mhm.
We don't do that. I mean, some of us do, some of us don't, but we don't really trust until your foot fall off.
Right. Mhm.
So it's kind of a mental thing, as you were saying. So before you can even trust a doctor and heal the body, you have to heal the scars that have come before, of the fear that we have of physicians, because we
Mhm.
haven't been able to trust them.
Mhm. Mhm.
We're just coming into what you would call modern day medicine. We didn't, and if we didn't trust it, they damn sure won't giving it to us. I don't want to make it a racial thing. I just want to separate where big pharma and where these medicines go, it's not going into our communities.
Well, that's one of the things that, I mean, and so we can add race in, simply because that's one of the things that really saved us from the opioid epidemic, because
Yeah, exactly.
they
We're
didn't
just
believe that
now.
we had the kind of pain that we, because they don't believe that we have pain.
Yeah,
Um,
we didn't. We're
um,
just now understanding that in a generation now that are taking over-the-counter medicine or prescription pills. But this has been going on in a certain community for 20, 25 years now.
yeah,
Heroin ran rampant. You couldn't say it in the Black community. Now, crack,
yeah.
on the other hand, that's a little different.
And there are doctors now, well, you know, because I get all my news and information from TikTok. There is a branch of especially Black doctors that are working with Congress so that they can begin to understand racism within the medical community. Because just from things like Black people don't feel pain. Our skin is thicker than white people's skin. That we have more bones in our bodies than white people have in their bodies. So wives' tales basically, and has crept into science, and now that's scientists that's believed and taught in scientific schools and medical schools in different places. And so now we have to go about, and we got to go through Congress, we got to go through legislation to make people just see us as the same.
I mean, even in the diet, at one point in time, pig feet and chitlins, which I do not eat. I don't eat that. I eat swine, but I don't eat that part of swine. I don't eat. I'm not doing that. But or ears, or the snout, or hog head cheese, or these things were just common. Common things that were given to a certain sect of society. And now you go to the fanciest restaurants, and pig feet are delicacies, chitlins are delicacies, and they collard greens, are one of the top selling vegetables at this point in time. Everyone's, it's not a person in the world that's not like, I want me some collard greens. I mean, things like that. Even down to diet, to even say, okay, well, this diet was not particularly good for them, but they made it into it's been made into something that can sustain them. And and of course, I do believe that it does play a part in our DNA, and that's where a lot of what you were saying, as far as the bloodlines and things, are passed down through generation, because it's taught how to do it so you can digest it. But just the same as you were saying with the opioid crisis, now they're eating pig feet and collard greens and hog maws and hog head cheese and cornbread and et cetera, which was a diet that was not fit for anyone actually to eat. But now they are now they have the same suffering to the same degree that we, both societies, are now equal on that, because there's high blood pressure, there's heart attacks, there, actually, if not more.
And that's this is one of the things that that we can study here as a group. What things, because diet does play a big part on our energy level. How we eat, what we eat, the diet of what we think plays a big part on our energy level. I mean, if we sit around and watch a lot of action movies all the time, we're gonna,
Mhm.
you're gonna be exhausted at the end of the day. You don't know you're tired because you don't watch somebody do 4 to 5 kicks, and somebody got shot up, 800 times because we've seen it on television, but because it is a diet that goes into our minds, and generally our brains don't know the difference between what's real and what's not. Your
It's
brain
gonna,
will
yeah.
give, yeah, your brain will give you, if you put enough
If you make it
fear-based things
stimulated,
in your brain is going to be afraid of things, you know,
if you give it
based
stimulation, it
on,
will.
yeah, because it's now it's gotten into our, I don't, and like I said, that's one of the things I would like for us to, to be able to study and to find out what is, like, our serotonin levels or our adrenaline system and all of these different systems that are affected in our bodies, that are affect that that do affect our minds, because that's a lot of times that we can't reach that higher level of spirituality because we're stuck somewhere between the body and the mind.
Mhm.
Just our bodies are causing our minds to go haywire. So if we are experiencing so excuse me, we are experiencing something supernatural, we might not can get it because we're still stuck, fenced in on, just between mind and body.
Yeah, one's going against the other.
Hmm.
And
So
not in an adversary way, but the body wants what the body wants, and the mind can make a decision.
right,
And
yeah.
so if the mind says I'm gonna move first, the body gonna be like, damn, he moved first. It's
Hmm.
like chess. So which like I said, I've been playing chess, so that's why I'm kind of looking at everything from a chess point of view. The way that everything has to move, it has to be a certain move, and certain things have to go in a certain way, and it's not always in a circular motion. It doesn't always go into just that circle of, okay, if I can make that circle continue to move, then I'm good. You have to move. I think that's where we're going into chakras. It depends on what circle is moving.
Hmm.
If you're paying
Hmm.
attention to your mind more than you're paying attention to your body, you
Right,
know, your body's gonna do what your body does. If your body wants something and your mind don't, you're gonna be conflicted.
right, right. Well, it's 11:49, and we said we were only going to do this for 1 hour. So, so one of the things, so I kind of wanted us just to kind of touch upon some herbs. So just think about some herbs that, and I was gonna pull it up on. I was just gonna share it on the screen. Some herbs that bring in some herbs that give you energy. And just throughout, if you get a chance to go to the grocery store or something like this, I know one of them is spearmint. Um, so you can get some spearmint tea or some rosemary oil, some essential oils. Let's see. And what did I look up? Energy. How did I look that up? Energy for the body, I think. Energy for the body. I can't remember how I looked up. I can't remember how I looked it up this morning. Energy for the body. Maybe this was it. I don't know. Oh, herbs. That's what I looked up. Herbs that, yeah, that's what I looked up. No, not energy for the body. Herbs. Herbs that herbs for energy. Herbs for energy. Here we go. Oh, now this is just gonna, because I'm on my computer and when I did it differently on my phone. And which herbs give you a lot of energy? Let's look up this one right here. Oh, here we go. This is it right here. 8. So let's look at this one right here. 8 herbs that boost, 8 herbs to fight fatigue and boost your energy naturally. So we have ginseng. Half of this stuff I've never even heard of. I've heard of ashwagandha. I've heard of that. I've never tried that before. But ginseng, ginger, another herb, I do know that another one was spearmint. Most of the mints.
The mint
just-
family.
Yeah, either you can either drink it in a tea, you can chew it a little bit. You can, put some just to smell it. Most of your herbs, most of your mint herbs. Look at all of this. So, just some little things that we can do. I don't know why this is doing this. Oh,
Hit the X up in the corner.
that's what I'm trying to get to, but this thing is hanging down so low. Oh, I don't know what I did. I clear drawings. Okay, let's get this because I got the pen in there now. I don't know how I got the pen. Go back to my mouse. Okay, yeah. See, I'm trying to get to this X up there in the corner. There we go. So ginseng is a good thing, and you can get ginseng tea. Ginseng is within the ginger family, so you can. Ginger is easy. You can buy
Ginger root.
At the store. You can just get that, mix that up with lemons, limes. So citrus, ginger, mint are some easy teas that we can create, some things that we can put in our foods so that we can just, continue to bring our bodies to a higher energetically level just from, the things that we eat. Some of the things that you don't want to do, you want to increase your exercise, you want to manage your stress, you want to not drink too much alcohol, pennycarol, you want to watch out your caffeine intake, and just pay attention to your health in general. So so one of the things they said, Asian ginseng is good. I don't know what this erythritol root is, ashwagandha. I think that for some odd reason, I think that comes from India. I don't know, from what I had read before. Holy basil, I would assume that would just be basil. Maca root, don't know what that is, so can't help you. Some of these things I don't know. Green tea, I think is disgusting, so I just don't drink that. But if some people love it, so that's something that helps you. I don't know what shishandra is. I've never heard of that before. But we can just go on do a quick Google search, find some things that will that is easy for you to either buy or you can get, because ginger, you can just get a little knob of ginger. That's like, you can get it for like 50 cents. Get a lemon, make yourself some ginger tea. Lemon, ginger, and honey is perfect. That will give, it gives you vitamin C, it gives you energy. It honey is a, what do you call it? The thing that continues to go through your body, like a pathogen. I don't think that that's the right word, but it allows your body, it allows the herbs or the spices to get connected to the building blocks in our system. So yeah, so just try to do something like that throughout this week and see how your bodies feel. Just start to we're always talking about journaling. Just kind of get yourself a little health journal together, or you can add it along with your tarot journal. Next week, we're gonna still talk about energy, but I want to incorporate some I want to incorporate not only just herbs and vitamins, but also I want to incorporate different types of crystals, because I do know that most Black crystals absorb energy. So if you're trying to hold on to your energy, you would want to get what's that black stone, a hematite.
Mhm.
You would like to get some hematite, put it on, get a bracelet or a necklace or some earrings or something, wear that for
That also has a magnetic force as well.
yes, yes, yes. So for this week, let's just think about what we're eating, how we are eating, what we are doing to really bring in energy for our minds, our bodies, how to cleanse our auric fields, our ethereal fields, how to allow our bodies to heal physically, and we know that our spirit is always pure. Put more of our spirits, so when we are doing our meditations, imagine ourselves pure spirit, pure light, complete innocence. That's what we tell ourselves, that no matter what, that this is who we are constantly. And let's just try some of these herbs, herbs that we can bring into our environment, or into our introduce into our foods, or just do this on a regular basis and see how we feel for next week, for next Thursday. And let's talk about what we did and how we felt and what worked or what didn't work. So that sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay, so let's so roundtable real quick. What did we get from today's session, and how can we apply it to our lives?
I think
Go ahead, Ms. Eric.
no, you can go ahead.
Well, I'm just short and sweet. Understanding what I'm digesting, and that is food intake, and what I'm watching, what I'm taking over, and letting my mind do. So, watching both sides of digest, and so that's what I'm going to work on, because I really need to work on it.
Thank you. How about you, Harriet?
Well, first of all, I have been keeping a health diary, so to speak, for a journal for quite some time. And that it's kind of like it helps keep me on track. And with today's session, it's just the push that I need to continue that, because some days I don't journal as far as my health is concerned, and today's session just gave me that push that I need to get back to that, make me conscious and aware. So thank you.
Okay, cool. Thank you. One of the things that this session did for me today, it brought me back to the things that I need to get back to. I used to, really when I was first diagnosed with sarcoidosis, and I was told that I was going to be dead in 2 years, back when I was 30. Yeah, because I wasn't supposed to live past 32. I was really dedicated to this health system, herbs, vitamins. I was really dedicated to it. If somebody was talking about doing something else, I shut all of that out, because I was consistent in what in healing. But as soon as I healed, I left it behind. And so now I understand that you know, I want to get back to it. And first of all, it was fun. It was fun, you know, planting vegetables and having an herb garden and, you know, doing, you know, having this, you know, different, you know, different type of herbs and having different types of teas, and where everybody thought that, you know, you had to have a tea bag.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is Forrest. Hold on a second. Hey, Forrest, we still in class. All right, bye. Having, you know, different teas and tea bags. You know, I was, you know, I was, you know, buying herbs and spices and making up my own teas, and people were saying, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know that this is what a tea was. Oh, I didn't know you could do these things. And all of this stuff was fun. So now I want to get back to that, have that kind of fun, realize that, you know, what it did to my body, because it healed my body to the point where I'm not dead. I'm 65. I was supposed to be dead at 32, you know? So, so yes, healing is really a lot of fun. It really is. Being on this health kick, on a health course in life, it's really is very enjoyable, and there's a lot of adventure to it, especially now that things are opening up, foods taste differently, you know, everything, we have different specs. And now that there's so many medical things, like we were talking about earlier, that where Black people are seeing, we have voices that are, that are saying, this is specifically designed for Black people. Black people, yeah, y'all been saying we're different, and this is where we're different. And this is, this is where we can heal, and this is so all of these things. So all of these things that are going, there's so many different more avenues to just to look into, to explore. So this is one of the things that I think that is fantastic. So well, that's it for today. Would anyone like to close us out in prayer?
Well, Miss Harriet says she's gonna go ahead and get out of here early, so I'll just go ahead and just do another quick one and just say thank you, Heavenly Father, for allowing us to come together, receiving the blessings that you have given us, starting to understand the creations that can heal us, body, mind, and soul, understanding the disciplines that it takes for us to use them wisely when we do use them, and having the responsibility to share this knowledge. With this said, peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. Thank you, Andre.
Have a good evening. Talk to
All right,
everybody
love
later.
you. Bye.